So today we're going to look at where is the church and think about perseverance. So this week I want to share some of the things I learnt when I was staying in the West Bank a few weeks ago, and how God spoke to me through the lives of some of the people I met. Yesterday I spoke about the Bible College in Bethlehem, and we looked at Jack's Sarah, who, even though he is sad, he always tries to find positive things to say and to thank people and to encourage them. So today we look at perseverance. Ewan will read about the Apostle Paul's adventure and his perseverance.
We put no stumbling block in anyone's path, so that our ministry will not be discredited. Rather, as servants of God, we commend ourselves in every way, in great endurance, in troubles, hardships, and distresses, in beatings, imprisonments, and riots, in hard work, sleepless nights, and hunger, in purity, understanding, patience, and kindness, in the Holy Spirit and in sincere love, in truthful speech and in the power of God, with weapons of righteousness in the right hand and in the left, through glory and dishonour, bad report and good report, genuine yet regarded as impostors, known yet regarded as unknown, dying, and yet we live on, beaten, and yet not killed, sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, poor, yet making many rich, having nothing, and yet possessing everything.
Paul is a wonderful example of a man who knew his calling and continued with it, whatever the obstacles, and always rejoicing. It is often easy and exciting starting projects, but difficult continuing when there seems little success. Perseverance is an important quality, especially for those of us who are getting older. I have sometimes heard people say, I've had my time, I've done my time. There are many things that have to change in our calling, but it's always important to still be serving God with the abilities and opportunity God gives us. I visited a project on the West Bank, which really impressed me with their perseverance and their ability to continue to love their enemies. It was called the Tent of Nations, and it's an agricultural programme. It started long ago, a farm, Dafia's Vineyard, and it was purchased more than 100 years ago, at the time when Palestinian Christians were beginning to emigrate. The country was still under the Ottoman rule. And then it was registered with the British between 1924 and 1925 under Bashar Dahir Nasser's name. And they had olives and grapes and almonds and fruit trees, wheat and other crops, all grown on their land. The Arab-Israeli War in 1948-49 left more than 750,000 Arab Palestinians without a home. And Dafir's son, Bishara, began a ministry in the Bethlehem area among the Palestinian Christian refugees by offering Bible studies and prayer sessions to empower them and to encourage them to stay and not to leave. The West Bank was occupied by Israel during the 1967 Six-Day War. And then in 1970s, Israel started to build settlements on the West Bank. These are illegal, but no one's ever stopped them. The farm now is surrounded by 5 illegal Israeli Jewish settlements that are growing and becoming like cities. In 2018, a Torah school also expanded rapidly and was built right next to the farm. In 2001, Bishara's children transformed the farm into an international meeting place, which has since been called the Tent of Nations Farm. They invite international people and children onto the farm to learn and to help. In 1991, Israeli authorities declared Nasser's family home and surrounding area as a state land. Since then, the Nasser family have defended their land from people demolishing it, demolishing the farm buildings, the water systems, the tents. He's defended it legally at Israeli military courts and then the Supreme Court. In 2007, the Israeli Supreme Court decided that Nasser could begin to re-register as required by Israel. Since then, there's been constant delays, court hearings arranged and then not taken place, and even the state attorney not turning up. Due to the long delay in the re-registration process, the Tent of Nations continues to be targeted by numerous attacks. On May the 21st, 2021, unknown persons set fire to the land and destroyed over 1,000 trees, including hundreds of olive trees. On June the 9th, 2021, Israeli military vehicles and bulldozers entered their private property and cut down approximately 50 olive trees. On January the 20th, 2022, vandals destroyed 50 mature olive trees. On January the 28th, 2022, 2 of Nasser's brothers were attacked and seriously injured on their land by masked men. The pace of the settlement expansion there is constant concern for the family's physical safety. The construction of settlers' side roads, roadblocks and checkpoints have been added to the isolation of the Tent of Nations and the sense of imminent threat. When I went, they were living in caves because the Israeli government would not give permission for them to build any houses. Visitors slept in tents. If you don't live on the land, it's a reason for it being taken away from you. The water had been cut off and the electricity, so they made boreholes and have solar panels. We could not go along the main road to visit them because access to the road had been blocked, so we had to go round dirt tracks and come in the back way. It took a lot longer. They believe that having international visitors and their support has helped in their struggle. So countless times so far the Tent of Nations has been attacked, thousands of trees have been destroyed, the damage comes to over £118,000. The Nasser family have been threatened with their lives several times. Nevertheless, they live without aggression, according to their faith. We refuse to have enemies, they say, and hope for a better future. They try to overcome their obstacles, challenges, and continuous destruction and the attacks on their life in a peaceful, non-violent way, based on their Christian values and their trusting of God's justice. They were just amazing people when I was with them. I can't believe all the things they were telling me that was happening, and yet there was no anger, and they still wanted to do what God had called them to do. This is a true example of real Christian perseverance. It was amazing to listen to them and their steadfast faith and witness. And if you like, you can visit this place, you can live in a tent and work on the land, because the presence of international people is a protection for them. I wanted to finish on a positive note, and I'll ask Ewan to read a story from the Old Testament, a reassurance of love towards enemies. So he's going to read from Kings 2, chapter 6, 8 to 22.
Now the king of Aram was at war with Israel. After conferring with his officers, he said, I will set up my camp in such and such a place. The man of God sent word to the king of Israel, beware of passing that place, because the Arameans are going down there. So the king of Israel checked on the place indicated by the man of God. Time and again Elisha warned the king, so that he was on his guard in such places. This enraged the king of Aram. He summoned his officers and demanded of them, tell me, which of us is on the side of the king of Israel? None of us, my lord the king, said one of his officers. But Elisha the prophet, who is in Israel, tells the king of Israel the very words you speak in your bedroom. Go find out where he is, the king ordered, so that I can send men and capture him. The report came back, he's in Dothan. Then he sent horses and chariots and a strong force there. They went by night and surrounded the city. When the servant of the man of God got up and went out early the next morning, an army with horses and chariots had surrounded the city. Oh no, my lord, what shall we do? The servant asked. Don't be afraid, the prophet answered. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elisha prayed, open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see. Then the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he looked and he saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. As the enemy came down towards him, Elisha prayed to the Lord, strike this army with blindness. So he struck them with blindness, as Elisha had asked. Elisha told them, this is not the road, and this is not the city. Follow me, and I will lead you to the man you're looking for. And he led them to Samaria. After they entered the city, Elisha said, Lord, open the eyes of these men so that they can see. Then the Lord opened their eyes, and they looked, and there they were inside Samaria. When the king of Israel saw them, he asked Elisha, shall I kill them, my father? Shall I kill them? Do not kill them, he answered. Would you kill those you have captured with your own sword or bow? Set food and water before them, so that they may eat and drink, and then go back to their master.